Hello there, and welcome to Club PlayStation Level 26. Joining us today, Mr. Jason Novak. Welcome.
Hey Tim, it's been a while.
Oh yes, because we had an expanded break from PAX because of my laptop not having a battery.
Well, heck, our last show was a month ago, and it was only a 15-minute, big headline show. So I mean, we're looking at like 5 weeks since we've gotten to really dive in on PlayStation.
Stuff's happened, right? Like
You don't say.
So there's this thing called the Morpheus, Jason, and evidently it's going to be a real product that us consumers can spend our money on.
Hey Tim, I'd like you to refer back to episode number whatever, where I made my predictions, and I said that we would get a release date sooner rather than later, or at least a release window and a price. We haven't got the price. We haven't got the price yet, though they have made allusions. However, we have definitely got our release window already, Tim.
But
so
it's
what
not
is that
this year.
release window? I didn't say it would be this year.
It's basically when Uncharted 4 comes out, this will come out. Is what I
Yeah,
think.
and I know last hour you were you were making predictions that I think you're not going to be able to cash. I don't think the extent of Morpheus Uncharted interactivity is going to be. I guarantee you, Morpheus will work as just a standard high definition screen if you just don't want to play on a big screen.
You don't think it's going to be a VR optimized experience?
No, not at all.
This would be like the amazing game to launch with Morpheus, right?
That's the problem. Is Uncharted is already just such a beautiful looking and massive game. Can you imagine the amount of work it would take to make that a VR massive, beautiful game? They're delaying it because they had to. They were being optimistic with their this year launch in the first place. I think that if they end up putting Morpheus support in there, we'll be talking Christmas next year.
So, this kind of means for me, I'm not. No Man's Sky, is that all I have to look forward to this year on PS4?
Are you kidding me? You got No Man's Sky, you've got Bloodborne.
I don't care.
It's not an exclusive, but you've got Final Fantasy coming out. Shiza,
None of those have got me excited yet. No Man's Sky I'm excited about. I want some, I don't know, Batman's gonna be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is there's going to be plenty of content to play. It just may not be exclusive content.
Yeah.
Which, the truth is, how many people really... First of all, if you've only got one system, what does it matter if it's an exclusive game or not?
Well, I got two systems.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking in general.
In general, yeah. Now, I gotta say, Microsoft, they must be floored and having a party right now because their Tomb Raider game is not going to be side by side with Uncharted, which is probably a better game, right? They got to be ecstatic by this announcement.
Probably, yeah.
They got to be
again,
open up champagne and celebrate.
Tim, we can readily admit that you and I are outside the norm. Most people don't have. At least not this early in the cycle. Give it another year, maybe two. Yeah. But most people don't have a PS4 and an Xbone. So the fact, like I was saying, if it's a multi-platform game, who gives a shiza?
Yeah.
It's exclusive as far as anybody's concerned. Oh, and another game, even though it's a re-release, you got DMC Definitive Edition just launched this week. Yeah, Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, which is an up-res 60 frames per second 1080p port of DMC, which I didn't get a chance to play last generation, so I will probably be throwing down on that. However, you weren't interested, but my next big game comes out on Monday. Well, technically Tuesday.
Is that Bloodborne?
No, that's Final Fantasy Type O HD with that Final Fantasy 15 demo.
I gotta say, Morpheus is coming. What the hell? Why aren't they at PAX with Morpheus? Just have a booth.
Because they're going to be at E3. As a matter of fact, Shuhei Yoshida already said.
But E3 is it's not
3 months away.
It's not a consumer show.
Doesn't matter. It still has more impact than PAX does. It really does.
But PlayStation's about the fans, right? Oh, I guess they're not doing PAX. They're just doing their PlayStation
Yeah,
events,
you got to remember, we got
Yeah.
E3, then afterwards you have Gamescom, which is all about, it's a public show, and then after that, yeah, you're going to have another PlayStation experience.
Even Nintendo was there this year, and Sony doesn't even show up. Come on. It's pathetic.
I honestly, what would they have brought to the table right now?
Morpheus. It's ready to show.
you want to think it's ready to show. Showing Morpheus without showing good Morpheus content. There's a limited pool of Morpheus content. However, some
Star
reviews...
Wars, the lightsaber demo, that sounds like it'd be awesome.
That's just it, though. They don't want to show up with just demos for not real things. IGN was talking about there was a really good Morpheus demo, actually, that guy, puts on the Morpheus headset, and he's like, you're going to start off sitting in that chair. So he sits in a chair, and he said, look, don't worry. There's going to come a time when you stand up. You'll know when that is, and we'll move the chair so you don't hit it. And they gave him a move controller for each hand, and he said, once again, don't worry. This is going to be intuitive for what you do. So he puts on the Morpheus, and bam, he's sitting. It's like a dude strapped into a chair being interrogated mob boss style, looking up and looking around. And it's just, they said it was a really great, really immersive. There was no motion sickness, no blur, no everything like that. So, you know what? Fine.
Do that. I want that. Yes.
Actually, I'm really hoping that Morpheus will also, I want a company to release a Morpheus game that will also... Okay, I gotta build the clock here. Bear with me. There's actually currently a PC game called Project Artemis, where it's a 4-player multiplayer game that's made to be used with projectors projecting onto walls to create a virtual environment, and each player is like a different position on a Starfleet bridge, basically. One's a captain, one's a communications guy, one's...
Yeah.
Well, you could take that and throw it into Morpheus, and instead of giving people iPads to use as digital interfaces, let you wear your Morpheus helmet, and the communications guy can use, for example, a PS Vita to look at his different communications logs and scrub across the communications. And weapons, he's got a touch interface right there that he can select what weapons, and I think it could be so much fun. And with the inclusion of the headset of Morpheus, you don't have to have 4 dudes sitting in the same room together. You can have 4 dudes across the globe battling in starships, Sony, that's a free one. You can take that, take it to the bank.
I just want Star Wars Morpheus. Lightsabers.
It has potential, absolutely.
So good. Yeah, but anyways.
Morpheus, long story short, if you guys can't tell, Morpheus is going to be, it's my VR of choice. It's what I'm going to throw down on without having ever once touched it.
$300?
I'm guessing $300, yes. They may sell it as a loss leader for as little as $200, or $250. It does have the advantage, though, that it's really just a display with some minor technology built into it. All the processing is offloaded to the PS4 on the Morpheus. It's got, it's wired, It's wired. Yes, it is wired. The Sony said that basically, look, we could not achieve the latency we wanted and the immersion that we wanted to, especially for things like motion blur and that sick, the
I'm walking around the room with this.
That's just it. It's going to depend on what. First of all, how many gamers have any room that they can walk around in? I mean, it's going to be a long cord. Don't get me wrong, but it is the fact that it's wired, the fact that it's all the offloaded or all the CPU is offloaded to the PS4.
This will be a tool to sell PS4s if they price it right.
Yeah, I honestly, they might be able to get it down to 200 because it's just a really BA screen with some minor motion stuff built into it.
Yeah.
Technically it's 2 really BA screens, but let's not get too picky here. So, who knows? Maybe I am wrong. Maybe they will manage to kick it out the door for $200. And this will be one very happy guy if they push that out for $200.
Yeah. I'd certainly be a lot more tempted to get it, 200.
I mean, like you would not believe I would be happy if they pushed that out for 200.
Yeah, for sure.
So Tim, do you know what the best-selling console in February was? Again,
the new 3DS XL.
Console, not a portable.
Handheld console. Yes.
No. Full console.
The Vita by like 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, well, you know what? So does the majority of the consumer
the
electronics.
PS4 obviously was again
back on top, and it's staying there. It's Microsoft had the ball for a moment. They dropped it, and I don't think they're going to get it again. Especially, this month you've got Bloodborne coming out at the end of this month, and Bloodborne is looking awesome.
It's not going to be an order situation, right?
Okay, So our last show, the headline show, we had about 15 minutes, and we made sure to talk about The Order.
We did.
At the time, I had not played The Order.
You have now?
Yes, I have. I rented it.
Ooh, what do you think?
People need to shut the hell up. And I say that, I've said before, I say stuff like that just to be antagonistic. Here's the truth, okay? It is a beautiful looking game.
Mm-hmm. We've all heard that part.
Yes. It is a short game.
Repetitive?
Not really. Bear with me a moment. It is a short game. It does have a really awesome, really compelling story. There are flaws. I also disagree with people who say it's the best movie you're ever going to watch, because there's a lot of actual gameplay in there.
And there's some really damn good movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's just people trying to be reductive for what The Order is. But some of its flaws, it's quick to let you fail, but it has checkpoints. It almost knows when you're going to fail, and there's a checkpoint right before that. Like at first you'll have a quick time event where you hit square as soon as you see it, or you hit square over and over and over. Well, then all of a sudden there's going to be a quick time event that it's going to have a square at one part of the screen and a bigger circle shrinking down, and you have to wait until it's lined up perfectly to hit it, but nobody ever told you that. So the moment you saw the square, you pushed it, and oh wait, you failed your QuickTime event and died.
That sounds stupid. Just watch the movie.
It was a flaw, don't get me wrong. And then there was a level that I had a checkpoint just before a room that I went into. I kid you not, I died 24 times in that room because there was this armored dude, so I couldn't shoot him, I couldn't destroy him, just over and over. I'm dropping round, I'm magazine after magazine into this dude, multiple weapons, and then finally, my wife was watching me, and she was like, well, why don't you just try and run past him? Mind you, realistically, he could chase me at any given point in time, but
that's what I did in The Last of Us. I kept dying, I just run.
It seems like he was programmed just to make you have to run instead of facing him, because you got right past. I got down the stairs. Nope, he didn't chase me, and I was like, really, dude? But nothing told you to do that. I was like, man, I'm sure I'm stuck in a bad loop because I don't have the right gun. I managed to drop guns incorrectly, and I just don't have what I need to kill him, or I'm just not good enough. I don't know. Maybe I got to get good. I tried everything. So the game is flawed, but the game was good. As a minimum, if you can rent it, do yourself the service of rent that game. If it drops to $40 or less, pick the game up. It is good. You're going to get in on the ground floor of what is going to become a much better franchise.
Okay. Well.
Word.
Excellent. Excellent. I would say my threshold would be $20 on that game.
You're also a cheap bastard.
I am, and I have no time to play games, so I wouldn't want to buy it unless I could play it. Well, it's a quick game, so I could play it. Rock Band 4 we should mention on PlayStation as well, I'd imagine.
Yes. You didn't play any of the Rock games, but yeah, Rock Band 4.
I played real instruments, Jason. I rocked the real band.
Watch out, got a badass over here. No, Rock Band is coming back.
This basically gonna be just... We didn't really talk about what it's gonna be. Is this basically just gonna be, let's bring all the songs back in a fresh UI and remaster Rock Band 3 for Rock...
that seems like what it's going to be. First of all, they're going to slim it down and streamline and simplify. They're dropping it would appear they're dropping everything but the guitar and the drums. Or at least right now, those are the only things they've talked about. And honestly, I was a little surprised that the name is Rock
Band.
They haven't talked about it. Well, before they had it, but they haven't talked about it for the new generation. And that's just it. It is called Rock Band instead of the competition, which was Guitar Hero. So I think they felt like they had to include a second instrument. But
a band is at least 4.
There's lots of bands that would disagree with that.
Okay.
But
I mean, you have a trio, but a duet's a duet. I don't know.
But the truth is they're trying to simplify it because that was people's biggest problem and retailers' biggest problem. You know, you had microphones, guitars, drums, and then keytars, and it got ridiculous. So what they're doing is it's guitar and drums. Not all, the majority of your purchased games from previous generations will transfer over. Obviously, not obviously, this game will be tied to the console, so your DLC from PlayStation 3 will transfer to PS4, but it will not go cross-platform. That's good for some people, bad for others.
It seems like you could use your phone as a microphone for Rock Band 4 if they want to.
Except for issues like latency.
It's wireless, though, with, like...
There's still
latency. Isn't the controller going to be wireless, too?
It might, but there's still differences in latency all over the place. You know, there's a difference between a specific protocol and build and the latency there. I mean, look at the Wii U gamepad. The latency there is phenomenal, you know?
Now, how did they detect if you were on it with voice? Was it merely pitch in that you're singing at the time?
No, honestly, that's I hated the singing because, like, if you wanted to sing really well or do a really good job on Rock Band, you were just going. So
it did detect pitch a little bit.
Honestly, no. Realistically, it detected loudness. That was about it. Yeah.
So you'd like a kazoo would suffice.
Yeah. You know, so I'm glad they're streamlining it and parsing it down. I really hope that they build a better guitar. I've said repeatedly, I preferred the Guitar Hero guitar. I'm hoping that they build a better guitar. The strum bar on the Rock Band was just not as good, and it got mushy over time, which when you're trying to strum out multiple notes, having the Guitar Hero guitar had a click, so you always knew when you were hitting a note, and that's good, especially on fast songs when you're trying to hit a whole bunch of notes, in rapid succession. But I'm excited if you can't tell.
Now, was Guitar Hero the better game?
It depends on who you ask. Rock Band ultimately had a larger library, but I enjoyed Rock Band, like I said, besides the actual physical instruments, if you're just talking about the game, Rock Band had square or rectangular notes that fell from the sky, and it felt like it was... I'm not going to say more difficult, but I just didn't like the matching or the pairing of that, whereas Guitar Hero had circular notes falling down that you were matching up, and I preferred the aesthetic there versus what Rock Band had to offer. But I will readily admit, Rock Band had a way better music catalog by a lot.
Okay.
On this, sorry, one last thing. It should be noted that Harmonix has said they are going to turn Rock Band into a platform, meaning they're releasing Rock Band for this generation, and exactly one version of the game is going to be released, and you will just buy DLC to go with that game. They're not going to make a Rock Band 5, a Rock Band 6, a Rock Band 7, and then when, the PS5 comes out, you're not going to, it's Rock Band 4 is for the PS4 and the Xbone, and then next generation will be Rock Band 5.
Now, seems like this kind of game would be excellent as a free game that you just buy content for.
Honestly, a small part of me is wondering if they're not going to just release a guitar or a set of drums for $60 or $80, and it's just, hey, buy the songs you want.
But would that totally ruin them making money if people just upgrade their current libraries?
No, because first of all, it's been 5 years since the last one, and even with DLC, there's just been too many songs that haven't come out. So they're going to people are going to download a buttload of new songs, and then in addition to that, they're going to make money on their instruments if they sell new instruments. Right. So that would be optimal.
Would a guitar really be $60 for a piece of plastic?
I want to say that last generation the sets were $100, but that was for the game and the instrument.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I'm pretty sure I paid $150 for my limited edition DJ Hero, yeah. May have been as high as 200. I don't remember.
Steep.
Yeah.
HBO Go is now on PS4.
Except for you with Comcast.
What do you mean?
Comcast is blocking the HBO Go on PS4 for many people. Most people.
Serious?
Yeah, because they're assholes.
Well, it works on my Apple TV.
Doesn't matter. It's a different company who hasn't brokered a contract.
It works on my Xbox One.
Doesn't matter.
That's so messed up. Are you serious, man?
Serious as a heart attack. When HBO Go first launched, Apple TV made deals and other people made deals, but it wasn't working on Roku's until Roku made a deal with Comcast. And it's going to be the same thing. Not going to be. It is the same thing with the PlayStation. Yes,
I mean, not that I watch video on PS4. That's what my Xbox is for.
Yeah, well, Comcast are some bastards.
Well, I know that much. Helldivers is out.
I do want to check that out. That sounds, it's like a multiplayer online twin stick shooter that it looks and sounds really awesome.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good publicity, and hopefully it's a good game.
Yeah, I might download that here very soon, like when the podcast is over, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim, I own a PlayStation 4. You own a PlayStation 4. Yeah. What would make you buy another PlayStation 4?
Well, I would need to... So I'm moving in June, and I'm going to be moving from a studio to a 1 or 2 bedroom. So it would encourage me to have another PS4 if I had another room where I would have a TV that...
How about a really awesome limited edition? Did you see the Metal Gear Solid PS4 that's currently only announced for Japan?
I might have. What's this look like?
See this?
Yes, I have seen the red hotness.
Oh my god, that is like the sexiest console I've seen.
It's pretty awesome.
I might be buying a second one.
It's like the Apple Watch edition of the PS4.
But it's probably going to be the same cost.
It's $10,000 PS4.
Oh, come on, Tim.
Get ready.
No, I'm very interested, and if it does come to America, there's I don't know. I don't know how high the chances are, but I might have to buy that because, man, is that a good-looking... I have never seen a system that I felt looked that good.
There is zero chance I'll be swapping systems.
I didn't say swapping. I just mean buy another one.
Or doing that because, I'm valuing money more than ever before.
Yeah, and I seem to value it less and less as every day goes by.
We're switching roles, I guess.
Oh, no, because you were cheap long before I like to make fun of you, Tim.
Sure. What's the Heroes app?
I don't know what you're talking about.
PlayStation Heroes. New initiative that brings PS4 owners and celebrities together to benefit some great charities. There's some Heroes app, evidently. I don't know.
I have no knowledge about that.
So, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
So, along with the last special edition I mentioned, the PS4 and the PS Vita are finally launching in China, March 20th.
What kind of restrictions do they put on these things when they come out?
I don't know, but both systems are getting a special edition in China. Actually, the PS4 more so. The PS Vita is just getting a case. Let's see if you can... You see the dragons there?
I do.
Yeah, so getting some... So, again, everybody but America is getting them special editions. I mean, China... They don't even appreciate... They can't appreciate it. They haven't had it that long.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Let's see. We already mentioned Uncharted was delayed. And I'm pretty sure it may not have been me, but I know at least one of us predicted that Uncharted was not coming out this year.
I don't think that was a prediction, was it?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to go back and... At the end of the year, it feels like half our predictions are already almost coming true, so we'll see how things pan out.
The Bright Lord for Middle-earth DLC.
Yeah, last bit of DLC where you get to fight Sauron.
You done this yet?
No, I haven't. As a matter of fact, I My brother just got a PlayStation 4, and I loaned him my Diablo 3 and my Dragon Age, so I'm going to try to finally get back into and finish Shadow of Mordor, because I've yet to actually complete the game.
You do like that game, I hear.
Oh, yeah, not only do I, but everybody else does. It won, like, GDC Game of the Year.
It's a good game.
You know what? all the people that matter agree with this guy.
Yeah. It's no Uncharted, you know.
It's only better.
Yeah. So now I got like an extra season to finish the Uncharted trilogy now, basically.
Yes, you do.
Which is good. What else? What else happened over the past 3 weeks?
PS4 has reached 20 million sales, 20.2 million.
It's pretty damn good.
We haven't gotten final numbers for Xbox sales, but I think a generous prediction is that the Xbox is sitting at around 14 million.
Okay. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. However, this early in a console generation, 6 million is quite a difference already. And with PlayStation already being back up on top, it's going to just get bigger from there.
Ready to call victory already?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
PlayStation has this generation on lock.
Okay. No, Wii U can make a comeback. You never know.
Yeah, and it could snow in hell.
Yes, it could.
PlayStation Vue is launching in 2 weeks in its test cities.
Is that do I live in test cities?
No, you don't. New York, Chicago, and Philadelphia.
No, Boston and surrounding areas.
Nope. And they haven't even announced a price, so hopefully as soon as it launches, because it's just testing, we can get a price. I'm really excited for it. Just because I'm more than ready or willing to be a cord cutter. It should launch everywhere by the end of the year.
Hopefully it's what Sling TV wishes to be.
Yeah.
Because that was a major disappointment to me playing with Sling TV.
Yeah, they're estimating around 75 channels for the different markets.
Ooh, that's substantial.
Yeah, I mean, and the biggest ones, CBS, NBC, Fox, FX, right, Comedy Central.
Sling TV does not have basic stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's got some of the biggest channels that I think it has a real chance. It has a real shot.
You can watch stuff after 3 days worth, 3 days
yes.
worth of content.
It has 3-day DVR built into it, yes.
That is key, because Sling TV doesn't, and that means I'm not going to use it.
I really think one of the reasons PlayStation is working to make that so worthwhile is that, Microsoft with the Xbone has the rest of multimedia, pretty locked down with that HDMI in, plus Sling TV, plus just, it's got multimedia. As a matter of fact, that was all they advertised at first.
Yeah, it is my video playback device. That's what I use it for.
Did I mention I finally picked up an Xbox remote, media remote?
No.
Yeah.
That's great.
PlayStation, would you please release one? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, really? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Basically, take your current controller and turn it into a remote control.
Bluetooth is universal. I don't care that if you're on Bluetooth 4. Bluetooth 4.0 can recognize Bluetooth 3.0. Let my Bluetooth PS3 remote work on my PS4. Sony. Yeah. Look, we got to talk. So, yeah. Speaking of features, though, I got a PlayStation update getting ready to roll out. Has some good features. First of all,
coming, right?
Yes. First of all, I love that PlayStation is naming their updates. This one is called Yukimura, and
What's
it's gonna.
In English?
It's a name.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I think it's Tekken Fighter. But yeah, the biggest thing is that suspend function, which this is a Sony playing catch up because your Xbone can already do that.
Since day one, I think, right?
Yeah, and it's something that Sony talked about when they announced the console, and it's just now coming out.
Yeah.
But the other big one is the button mapping, custom button mapping. I personally don't entirely understand why.
On a per game basis or what?
Yeah, I don't know, because because they haven't detailed and it hasn't come out, but it just seems so weird to do a custom button mapping. Now, on the other hand, if that button mapping will let me remap touch zones on my PS Vita so that I don't have to use that frackin' rear touchpad for R2 and R3, I'm going to be a happy camper.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know how the implementation on that is going to end up going.
Right.
But those are the two biggest things. Oh, I'm sorry, and 60 frames per second share play.
What's that now?
I'm going to guess 30. But the fact that they'll support 60 is nice. But of course, the truth is that's going to be so internet speed dependent that trying to even advertise that, I feel like that's almost going to bite Sony in the arse.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, pseudo sad news. Gone Home, which was was announced to be coming to home consoles, apparently has gone dark. It is not going to come to home consoles any longer. The rights
held up with it.
Well, the rights to port it to home console were bought by another company, and the company essentially stopped responding, and essentially, it's gone quiet and it's dead. And of course, the problem with just the way that licensing works and stuff like that, the guy who made the original game, due to contract, can't just get somebody else the rights to do it, and it's just, Gone Home, which was critically acclaimed, is not any longer currently coming to home consoles, though that has the potential to change one day again in the future.
Okay. Well, any other things you want to dive into?
Shovel Knight officially coming to PlayStation in April.
That's soon. It's next month.
Yes. I mean, we knew it was coming, but we only recently got the dates on that. PlayStation Mobile is closing this year.
It is. I feel
PlayStation.
Like it's been announced before. So with Shovel Knight, I just wanted to ask one thing. I really would love if I could just buy the one level with the special boss on each console for like a couple bucks. Because I really don't want to have to buy it on all 2 other platforms just to play that one extra boss level.
Yeah. No.
No.
Not going to happen.
Standalone DLC? No. Okay.
No, not going to happen. They have no reason to do that.
They'll know I'll buy 2 more copies of it, right?
Well, I already bought 2 copies, and I regret both purchases.
It's so great. But, yes, we talked about why you don't like it. PlayStation Mobile, this is their Android thing.
Yeah, it's, honestly, it was just a confusing marketing. I'm not surprised it's dead. Honestly, it's more of a good riddance than anything. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Also, Shuhei Yoshida went on record. Couple, PlayStation and Microsoft both been talking about the DDoS attacks and stuff. And according to Shuhei Yoshida, PSN is literally attacked every day with some kind of attack. So the fact that we have the outages we do, we should appreciate that we don't have more outages is the implication there.
Everything's attacked every day, right?
Well,
big, right?
I'm sure he's right that everything's attacked every day. However, it still doesn't change the fact that Microsoft got their stuff up and running so much faster. You cannot tell me that PlayStation didn't have some fault in how long it took to get that thing up and running.
Agreed.
I guess the only other big thing, as you're dying there,
I'm just tired. It's been a long day.
I understand. I will be able to report by next week. I fully intend to watch. Did you know there's some original content that just debuted on the PlayStation Network?
I did not.
Original video
content.
content.
That, and I know it's an hour later for you, so I should shut up.
No, an hour earlier.
Oh, it's 9 there?
It's 8:10. I'm sorry, 9:10. Yeah, I'm sorry, 9:10. 9:10.
Okay,
I'm sorry, 9:10.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I forgot time change. I was doing the extra time in my head, forgetting that my clock's auto update. But anyways, Powers is a TV series debuting on PlayStation Network. I'm interested in it. I'll let you know. There's 3 episodes currently available, so I'll be checking those out sometime this week, and I will report back next week to let you know how that works out.
Now, Crackle, Sony's video service, is debuting something on Xbox pretty soon. Isn't that great? Yeah, we talked about the Xbox show, how ironic that is.
I know, it's completely ironic. Everybody just has to remember though that Sony has so many different arms and so many different branches that don't really talk to or work with each other.
That's
so
true.
as
and
weird as
they will be amputating more and more of their arms as the months go by.
Yes, as weird as it is, it's actually not that weird at the same time.
Yeah, it's just fun to make fun of.
So yeah, those are the only other big things. Lots of different assorted games coming, but nothing of major value, in my opinion.
Okay. So that's the show. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Save up your Morpheus money. Coming in the next year.
Approximately a year from now. Yeah.
Yeah. We could even do a show with us just in the Morpheuses.
Oh man, if I can use my Morpheus to do a Google Hangout, it's gonna get ugly real fast.
Yeah, that'd be great. Or when the HoloLens, we could just be sitting next to each other in virtual reality or augmented reality. Great.
Hey Tim, how you doing?
Right.
Pretty good, Jason.
If only Google was doing it, then it'd be easier for Hangouts to happen. But anyways, Mr. Jason can be found on the different gaming networks at Risen Devil, RISNDEVIL. My user handle is at TCHATEN. Check out youtube.com/tchatten for the video version of the show. Thanks for listening and watching. Be back next time for level 27.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.